Hey guys, it's Siobhan with 2Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something I haven't done in quite a while, and this is a collective tarot reading. So we're going to be using tarot and oracle cards, and I'm just going to see what energies want to come through at this time, at the end of July and beginning of August. So right now there's a lot of turbulent energy going on astrologically with the Mars North Node conjunction in Taurus, all that good stuff. The Leo new moon is happening tomorrow as of when I'm filming this. So there's lots going on in the sky. And although I'm not an astrologer, I do pick up on those energies. So I did want to check in and see what's coming through for all of us at this time. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot by John Holland to get us going, and we'll just see what wants to come forward at this time. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is actually really great. So the first card out is the Fulfillment of Wishes card. This feels really positive in terms of what's coming up right now. I want to get more before I start to make any assumptions. So let's keep pulling. Good start. It's promising. Partnerships and Alliances is up next. Okay, this one we got a big chunk, and they're telling me to take it even though usually I don't. The first one is Harmony. Second one is Deception and Envy. Third one is Temptation. Next we have Mental Conflict and Spiritual Strength. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into these cards. Fulfillment of Wishes bringing us out with a really great start. But again, I just felt like I didn't want to get ahead of myself with that card and just say, well, everything's magical right now. Everything's great. Everybody's having a great time. Because I know that's not the case. Some of you may be, and that's really fantastic. And I hope that that's the case. But unfortunately, I feel a lot of turbulence around this time, either on subtle levels or on a more overt scale. The next card we had was Partnerships and Alliances, and I'll put a insert of the card images so you can see them all as I'm talking about them. So Partnerships and Alliances is about working together. Fulfillment of Wishes is things that you've wished, intended, or taken action towards that were goal-oriented that are coming to fruition. So on some level, there is a granting of those wishes that we hold within our heart. So this is actually a good thing. Even though some of the other challenging cards are coming up, I feel like this is actually necessary for us to be able to kind of weed through the energy that doesn't match the vibration of those fulfillment of wishes. So whatever wishes we have, whatever intentions we've set, whatever goals we've prioritized for ourselves, there's going to be the energy that's potentially blocking that or creating resistance to that. Anything that's pushing it away is going to be coming up to be addressed. So this is why it's kind of like break down to break through. Sometimes we have to go through a little bit of a healing crisis to be able to see great change and transformation take place. It's not all the time, and I'm really thankful for that, because otherwise it might be deterring us from our healing journey and our healing process. But ultimately, what we're striving for is harmony. So that's the balance, right? That's the partnership and the alliances. It's healthy relationships, not just with other people, but also with ourselves, and our ability to make good decisions, to trust our instincts, our intuition, and to set healthy boundaries when we're in relationships with others. And let's face it, that can't be avoided. We have relationships. It's inevitable. And so we have to kind of learn how to traverse through those with as little conflict or damage as possible. And it's not that we're trying to avoid conflict entirely. It's just that we're trying to reduce any negative blowback that could come from, well, the next card, Deception and Envy. So this is a really great card to set boundaries around people who might be projecting that energy towards you. And it's no coincidence that I was called to wear my evil eye protection necklace. So growing up with a Greek mother who came from the background of Greek Orthodox, the evil eye protection was something that was very normalized, and that superstition or that belief pattern I prefer to call it a belief pattern. It was something that was around. And so my mom was the first one who ever showed me anything to do with this. And since then, I've been called towards it as a form of protection. So basically, this deception and envy is energy that's projected toward you from others. Usually when people feel jealous or envious, it's because they are not living up to their own kind of potential. So, and it's really common. It's very easy to fall into that trap. It's a form of projection, right? Because we're not taking responsibility for the lack of action that we're taking or the fear that we have that's holding us back. And so instead we project that outwards as anger, envy, or jealousy towards others who are living the life that we feel that we deserve to or that we want to. So there's those wishes, right? Those are our wishes. If we want to be doing what we see that other person doing and we feel jealous of them, it's because we actually are meant for that, or we know that we would be great at that, or that we deserve that. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, we're not taking action in that direction. And I've been there myself, and I've had to consciously draw attention to those times when I'm feeling envious, jealous, or resentment toward other people. And that's not their responsibility. It's not their fault. They haven't done anything wrong. It's all on me. And so I've had to stop myself in those moments and go, hey, Siobhan, where is it that that's actually coming from? Where is the unmet need? What can we do now to be able to move ourselves a little bit closer to that goal? Maybe not all the way, but we're going to take one step forward. And that one step forward usually completely releases the pressure. And then there I am feeling happy and optimistic and compassionate and loving towards others, which is my normal self. So keep an eye on that if you're feeling it projected toward you or if you're projecting it towards others. No judgment. It happens. It's important to just be aware of it and dig deeper to find the underlying need that's not being met and start taking action towards that goal. But the devil will come in, the temptation card will come in and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make it even harder for you. I'm going to tempt you with the comforts and the easy pleasures and the instant gratification that really don't give you long-term fulfillment. And so we need to understand and be aware also of that. It can come in the form of, it's almost like it's too good to be true, or we're impatient for something and so we expect it to happen like that when it doesn't. There's a potential for it, especially when you alliance yourself with other people, you work with other people in a harmonious way. Things can build faster because the energy is amplified by multiple people working towards the same goal. Now, the problem with that is that there might be mental conflict between you and other people. And again, this is usually because we have latent unconscious beliefs or subconscious programs that are operating that we need to bring to our awareness and understand what we actually need and how we can better approach other people as a reflection of ourselves. So understanding that if I'm projecting that outwards at you, it's not actually about you, it's about me. Or if you're showing me that side of you, that's an opportunity or an open door for me to welcome in that part of me that's been rejected or that's been cast away or judged. So it's a great time to dig through some of the mental and unconscious things that are going on. Lots of dream work is happening at this time, so pay attention to your astral travels at night and what you're waking up with information-wise, and all dreams are information. Subconscious communicates to us through emotion, patterns, and symbolism. So last card we have there is spiritual strength. And spiritual strength is the ability to endure or to get through some of these harder, more challenging experiences that we're being faced with at this time, or that we may be being faced with at this time, so that we can create more harmony, more beneficial win-win partners and alliances. And that will lead to the fulfillment of our wishes. So if you are angry towards someone else, if you are resentful towards someone else, if you are jealous or envious towards someone else, again, I just want you to kind of turn that lens around and look at that for yourself. And again, there's no judgment here. We are all capable of doing this. It doesn't make you a good or bad person. It just is. It's part of the human experience. It's part of the individuation and the ego's ability to feel so separate from others. But we're not. We are all connected. And so when we see others as a reflection of ourselves, that's when we can really start to dig deeper and dive into who we really are and what we really need under the surface. So let's get a card from the Moonology deck, and we'll see what additional messages are coming through for us at this time. You guys, it's been so long since I've done any readings like this, and I just kind of drifted away from it. I felt like I kind of almost lost my passion for it for whatever reason. I still have to kind of dig a little deeper into that to find out why, but I've been being called back to it lately. And since then, I've noticed that I'm getting those nudges, like you need to, play with your cards again, make a video, do a reading, because it was what initially called me to spirituality and YouTube in general. The first videos I ever made were tarot videos. So I wanted to kind of get back on that horse again. And I'm so glad that I did, because look at this. You can't make this stuff up. New moon in Leo, that's tomorrow. So confidence really is the key to our success here. The new moon in Leo is bringing in a lot of confidence. Leo also brings a lot of power, strength, pride, and the ability to take action towards our goals, to be able to have that drive and that passion. And again, it's no coincidence. I was just speaking about reigniting my passion for reading cards, and there's Leo kind of confirming that and putting yourself out there. Leo tends to be quite a flamboyant energy who likes attention. They like being in the spotlight. That's not my comfort zone, but I've kind of forced myself to get out of my own way so that I can step into my own authenticity. And I hope that this new moon in Leo is bringing about that for you guys as well, to step further into your authenticity, to put yourself out there, to take action towards your goals and wishes, and to have confidence in each step of that journey. Not allowing any conflict, deception, or envy, or temptation to kind of sidetrack you. And, I find that a lot of the time, when we're going in the right direction, that's when those roadblocks or those detours will start to appear. And it's almost like we're getting tested. And I don't really believe that we are getting tested, because I don't think that the universe operates that way. But I do feel like when we polarize to a specific path and we align with a particular timeline, that's empowering for us. When we shift to a new timeline or new vibration, we make choices that are empowering. What can happen is that we polarize to us the opposite of that as well. And so that can feel a lot like a test or a challenge or something that we have to overcome, when really in reality, it's just kind of like, it's just polarity, it's just magnetism. So don't worry about it too much, but just be aware of it. So the deception, the envy, the temptation, the mental conflict, using that spiritual strength to withstand or to get through anything that might come along. And then we've also got another new moon energy. So that's double new moon energy, and that's a new start is coming. So 2 new moon energies from this Moonology deck are pretty much spot on in terms of what the current astrological transits are showing us, or what they're doing right now. So the moon is in its new phase. And so this is a new start. It's a new beginning. It's new challenges as well. It can be a time of, stepping into new things by letting go of things that are no longer aligned with you. Can also be a great time for setting intentions, manifesting, and setting goals that you feel confident moving towards going forward. So any mental conflict needs to be addressed at this time so that you can create harmony within yourself, healthy partnerships and alliances with other people that will ultimately allow you to fulfill your wishes through growth spiritually and expansion that allows you to empower yourself. So lots of that spiritual strength, and that's going to really bring positive results. So let's see if there's anything else that wants to come forward. I have my Rider-Waite tarot deck here with me as well. This is like my OG tarot, and haven't used it too often lately. So I just want to apologize. I'm sorry, cards, that I haven't been using you. I've been neglecting you. Thank you for providing such beautiful insight messages and guidance for us at this time. So let's get some clarifiers here to see what's going on. So any messages or any additional guidance. Okay, we had a jumper card that almost fell onto the floor, but it got caught on the chair. So that's really interesting to me because it's the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords coming out in reverse, not quite falling onto the floor, but falling onto the chair, speaks to me that this Ten of Swords energy, like this complete rock bottom, hitting the end of your rope, falling to the floor type of energy, is something that it's not going to happen. So that's the challenge, right? That's the mental conflict, the temptation, the deception and envy. But we've cultivated such spiritual strength that this is no longer a threat, that this is something that can't be done to. It can only be succumbed to, and we're not going to let that happen. So we're going to hold fast to the beliefs that we have, the integrity that we hold, the wishes and goals, and we're going to move with confidence toward those goals, come what may, right? We're going to be able to face it because we've got that spiritual strength. We've got faith, we've got belief, we've got love, we've got partnership, we've got support from the higher realms and from other people who are earth angels here embodied to show support and to give love in that way. So the Ten of Swords, usually a card that I'm not a fan of, but in this case, I see this as a confirmation of this empowerment, this renewal of hope, and the alleviation of hard, stressful, challenging things that have kind of brought you to your knees in the past or that were really hard for you to endure. And this time, it's not going to be like that. It's like we're going to be caught by the safety net of our self, basically, of higher self, of source, of the universe, of our angels, of our guides. It's basically like we've got a guardian angel looking out for us, and there's a system that's set up and in place to prevent any real hardship or demise from befalling any of you at this time. And I love that it fell onto the chair instead of onto the floor. It's like there's a supportive structure that's there to uphold everything that you need. It's going to prevent you from falling all the way down. So just keep that in mind. If anything starts to come up that's a little bit challenging, let's see if there's anything else from these cards that would like to come through. And they're saying no. So I think that's it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed getting back into this reading style of video that I used to do. If you guys are a fan of these, like the video, let me know in the comments below as well if you'd like me to make more of these, because I know that I used to do monthly horoscope readings for all signs. I used to do new moon and full moon tarot readings as well, and energy checkups and updates. If you guys are on board for that and there's enough people who want to see that, I'll start doing it again. I just kind of fell off of it because I was being taken in a different direction. I was being taken into more of the galactic side, into more of the soul empowerment and soul reading side, doing Akashic and Reiki. So I kind of moved away from tarot and oracle, but it's still a big part of what I enjoy. And so I would still like to offer that if it's something you guys enjoy too. So thank you, much love, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.